agree with
I
all
got
that. Yeah.
these.
But
You say you got what?
something else you can barter with is skills. If you have skills, you can barter with those also.
Services.
People gonna have to have property for those skills to be utilized, because you ain't gonna be like, yo, fix my cabinet in my apartment they're about to evacuate me
But
out of or evict me out of.
it could be, hey, I've got an engine that doesn't run. Can you fix it?
Mechanic.
That part.
Right. Fixing things.
So I'm just trying to change the mind of people and individuals to get us thinking on
Yeah.
a
No,
whole
I
different
like
scale.
your
What's up,
perspective.
fellas?
Skills are
Yeah, hold
important.
on, Turtle.
I know, my bad.
Hold on, Turtle.
I'm just saying hi.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Miss Awaken, what was you saying?
My name's Jeremiah.
My name's Thomas.
I got a question.
You can call me Jeremiah.
But
Okay, I got a quick question. One of the listeners sent a message to me. They said, do you suggest that everyone gets a few $100s in Bitcoin and put it in a cold wallet and get a crypto card?
Take your money out the bank and just sit it in Bitcoin. You get a better return, and it'll be safer there.
Well, 8 billion people.
Hey, yo, Turtle, mute your mic.
train wreck.
If you take 8 billion people divided by 21 million Bitcoins, it's about I think it's 0.002526. So that would be, if you divide 21 million Bitcoins, which there ain't 21 million because some are destroyed or lost, divided by every single person in the world, everybody would have around $110 of Bitcoin right now.
And that ain't shit.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not realistic. That's not a realistic number, right? Like 8 billion people are not going to be holding Bitcoin.
No,
maybe in 100
just
years.
in general, like I said before, you guys have, like, we're talking about Bitcoin, like who, like what, like who, like I just went to Chinatown. They take cash. Like, I get that. They don't give a fuck about no Bitcoin. Like, if I come through and be like, oh, Bitcoin, they're gonna be like, get the fuck out.
Well, in the future, right?
Yeah, we're talking 15, 20 years down the line where a Bitcoin will be worth a lot of fucking money.
2030.
Now it's based off of nostalgia.
2030, and
Forever,
you
you can
recognize where you live.
Yeah, you
forever.
Go ahead.
Forever. Ask your Chinatown guy. You'll be surprised he has a crypto wallet.
Right.
Because I've done stuff with people on Alibaba, and I've bought, and they accept crypto. So they give me a crypto wallet, you send and they ship your stuff. You'll be surprised the Chinatown guy has a crypto wallet. So you'll be surprised what's going on.
I agree.
Yeah, that may be triple. That may be very true on Alibaba, but in here in Chinatown, we're in a marketplace where these people are older people. They don't know nothing about this shit. They want their bread. Exchange of good right now. They want money, cash with the white man on it. They want that. They don't want no bit. If I walk up to any of these ladies out here, these old ladies that are running these markets, and I'm like, yo, Bitcoin.
Right.
Like,
some people don't even know what it is.
Yeah, she's gonna tell me to fuck off. She's gonna think I'm trying to steal from her. That's how shit usually is. Yeah, no. I'm just trying to get us more wrapped around the idea of a more tangible idea of what's really going to be going on. We have the CBDC document on the top right here. Like, at any moment of time, anybody can just start reading this shit out loud in the room so that everybody can start getting an understanding of what's really going on in here. You guys want to take turns? Go ahead, but at least it's notifying. That's what rooms like this need to start pertaining to. Like, nobody wants to read, everybody wants to be speculative, and understanding things comes from reading and comprehension.
Correct.
Awaken, you posted that work yet? That paperwork?
What website are you speaking of, Forever?
There's something, I got something in the Tron already up there for CBDCs. I've had it up there for a minute.
Where's your info, Awaken? I mean, you kind of kick this subject off. I was I was waiting on more information.
Yeah. Well, what would you like to know? What do you have a specific question or?
No, talking about the information that you receive, I would like to look it up for myself. So I was asking. I just don't want to rely on just one site. If you had more information to put it up in the Tron, or you can message it to me, I guess.
Yeah, I can send you a message here in a bit.
This is 24/7 World War II. Russia reign in the U.S. And I guess they forgot about the fucking name for the American, but yeah, this is conspiracy theories and more. Follow your boy Fred, the co-host, and anybody else that you read. Take a few seconds to hit that blue circle with that plus on it. Tweet out the room so we can get other like-minded people in here and get more information. Also, join the Discord and the community. You can do that by the link in the Jumbotron, or you can go to Fred's bio. Also, do me a favor if you can, for this space to keep continuing 24/7. Just donate a little bit to Fred so he can keep this phone on, so we can have this space. Thank you.
Amen.
Did y'all hear about the report that China is negotiating with Saudi Arabia on oil in terms of accepting it in yuan, the Chinese yuan, instead of
I heard that.
the petrodollar?
I heard that.
Yeah, that's huge news because
It
they're negotiating 25% of the exports, and so is India and so is Russia. So I think this whole sanction thing on Russia is going to backfire on the United States.
I think it already
Because
has.
Russia's it has.
Yeah, it is already backfiring. I mean, these guys didn't plan this well.
No,
I mean,
they
it
did
was
plan it
knee-jerk
well. That's the point. I'm sorry to cut you off.
They didn't
That's the
plan
point. It's supposed to drive things chaotic.
Well, you may be right. That's what they want. They want this
Well, now
chaos.
they're gonna destroy the
Yeah.
dollar.
They want to
And
destroy
if
the
they
dollar.
destroy,
I should say
but
the
if they
value
destroy,
of the dollar.
that's when CBDC becomes effective because they want the dollar destroyed so
Right.
that
Who wants
the
the dollar
digital
destroyed?
currency can enter. I mean,
That's a good
yes, you're
question.
right. They planned it. They planned it because their war game scenario said that if there is a war between NATO and Russia, the casualty figures, they put it at 1 billion people, 1B as in Bravo. So if you have 1 billion people dead based on their war game scenario simulation, and they are still pushing for war. I mean, yesterday or earlier today, Zelensky was saying, okay, he's willing to accept Putin's terms. Then later in the day, he said no, that Russian soldiers should surrender, that he's willing to accept their surrender. I mean, so he's flip-flopping. What he tells me is that the guys, his handlers, are telling him, no, don't back down. They want it to escalate. Then I equally saw a video, an interview, CNN interview of Zelensky, I don't know, it wasn't Zelensky's Minister of Defense. I don't know whether it was his or the guy before him. And the guy said a whole lot. I think I should put it up on my page. And the guy said that the terms with NATO and the United States, for them to be admitted, this is back in 2019, that they need to go to war with Russia. This is Ukraine's Minister of Defense speaking on CNN 2019, that they need to go to war to be admitted. That is so indicting for somebody of that status to make that statement. So they are not trying to go to war with Russia because they love war, whatever. But Bill Gates and his cohorts, they've been pushing for, reduction in population. He said it openly. Oh, the world needs to come down to half its size. We are about 6 or 7 billion people. Half of that means that you're looking at over 2 billion people dead.
Right. That's what they want.
This
They want that.
this is the opportunity. So they want this thing. These guys, these blood suckers, don't want this to end.
Right.
They're going to keep pushing it. They have what they call it. They have deep dump. These deep underground military whatever
Deep underground military bases.
Bases in a dump. Yeah, they have this dump that is not just for militaries, for the American oligarchs.
Bunkers, yes.
They're going to get into there. We are not going to be there. We are going to be in FEMA camps while they're going to be down there and waiting for this whole thing to blow over. Then they wake up and send the mop-up crew to clean up, remove the dead bodies, and they push their resets. And Russia have their own bunker, nuclear proof, in their mountains. I was listening to one dude. You guys may look him up, Jeff.
Seed bank? Are you talking?
No, Jeff Nyquist. One guy, one American dude. He's a great guy. You need to listen to him. Jeff Nyquist. He said a lot in some of his videos. And he said Russia has deep underground facility the size of California. Twice the size of California. In case of a nuclear blast, it's going to contain a lot of people in Russia are going to go there and take cover. So these guys are preparing for this kind of situation. We are the ones that are defenseless. We are the ones that are urging them on. We are the one that is saying, fuck Russia, they should go back. We shouldn't be saying that because the guys that are leading us on with...
I'm not saying that.
The guys that are leading us on, they don't care about us. They want this thing to... They want this thing to explode.
I've never heard anybody
They want this thing to explode. No, I don't mean it like that. I just mean the general sentiments, not the room. No, of course, we all very learned people. I don't mean it
guys,
like...
we talked about this the other day. There's no good side. Okay, they're all evil. Russia's evil. United States is evil.
Yes, it's governments versus the people. It's institutions versus people.
I'm not even talking about the sides being good or evil. I'm just saying we don't want this thing to escalate.
No.
The only way we can make it not to escalate is Ukraine needs to pipe down and know that nobody's going to get their back if this thing blows up. I mean, Russia is there now and they are blowing each other up. Yeah, but Nyquist said something in the interview 4 days ago. He said, people are surprised why Russia is not moving real fast. The calculation, when they moved in, normally the snow, the land was supposed to be dry and hard. But somehow it was so wet that their tanks and everything is getting stuck in the mud. So they are taking their time because they already started. They can pull back. So they're going to stay the course until it starts drying up. So that's why they're moving that slow. So they're using their missiles right now. 2 days ago, they cleaned out a whole lot of the volunteer, forces. All the mercenaries that came. If there were about 500 of them, more than half were killed 2 days ago at Lviv, at the NATO base in Ukraine. So these guys are ready. They are pushing. So it is us that should put pressure on our government and tell them to tell Zelensky to back down, because Zelensky is going to sacrifice his own country. People are going to be. Then it's going to escalate. Then China is going to get on board. Then look at what Russia said today. They are now going to put some missiles in Iran because Iran is now a part of their nuclear shield program. Iran is now Russia's nuclear shield. Russia is going to bring some missiles there. Russia government is saying it today. So this thing is escalating beyond Biden's wildest imagination. Maybe they like it that way. Maybe they want the numbers cut down as quickly as possible.
Well, this is all part of the plan. And a part of Agenda 2030 is the digital dollars and CBDCs and World War III, like annihilation of financial and economic and physical assets. If you notice, in the beginning is out of a strategic invading Ukraine and Russia was literally the worst move that they could have done. This is I don't know who would have planned this, but that is the opposite of a strategic stronghold. Because in Eastern Europe is notorious for during World War II, the Nazis got stuck in about March, in the same exact time the Nazis were in World War II, the Nazis and the Soviets had a pact, and they took over Poland, and then at some part of the war, the Nazis decided to break that pact, and they invaded Russia. So Russia switched sides from being an Axis powers to an Allied powers, and when the Nazis invaded Russia, they did so in March, and the Eastern Europe is notorious for hard. It's like it's like a tundra. It's very hard and rocky, or it's very hard because it's frozen, and as soon as that unthaws, in about March, about end of February, March is when it unthaws. The tanks are way too heavy. That's the opposite of a strategic standpoint. So if you are going to invade. If you're going to invade Ukraine any month of the year, the worst time would be the end of February. So that said a lot to me as being like a strategist. Is like,
okay, but another thing, Jeremiah. Another thing about it. Remember that Putin said that Ukraine and NATO were meant, from the document they saw, that they were supposed to be attacked in March. So if you put it together, he's a preemptive one. Even though they looked at the condition is not conducive, but are you going to stay for them to attack you in March? So he went in first. So I mean, I don't want to look at it, entirely from a U.S. perspective that, why is this guy? This is the devil, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I don't have that perspective myself.
So then what we do, because when I say we, I'm not saying we in the room, because if you go to other rooms, yes, I love the patriotism. I love the fact that Americans will be America when America issue is on the global stage. Yeah, but we should encourage other citizens that this is not in any of our interests. This thing, if it blows out as it's blowing out of proportion, is in nobody's interest. The big guys are not going to lose. We, the little people, are the ones that are going to be the biggest.
Right. That's exactly. It's not. I hope no. This ain't 1950. It ain't countries versus countries. It's the people. We're the good guys, and anyone who's institutions, governments, huge organizations, they're all connected together. That is the cabal. We're just living our lives. We just want to continue living our lives, just as normal, free, honest, hardworking citizens. We're not, most normal. I mean, you have fights and disputes, but that's not between, all over the globe. Like we're just living our lives. So it's no longer. I don't really even like to speak of, it's Japan and Russia and China. It's like, well, that's kind of saying that like these are their governments. This ain't. You can. I mean, I've had people telling me, you can't go to other countries because they might just kill you. It's like normal people are just normal people wherever you are in the world. You have a family, you work a job, you live at home, you do what you need to do to get by. We don't have authoritarian power over the whole globe. So I don't even really like to refer. I mean, if you look at it, it's nothing in human history has changed. Each country is just, if you go back, it's just you could define it as a tribe. We're each tribes. We each there was wars, so each has their own borders. We're our own defined tribe, but it's like we're past that, globalized. Where we have the internet. We talk to each other online. We have friends and family all over the world. We're interconnected in every aspect of our lives every day. So it's like we're way beyond any nationality, tribes of, it's like we have all these different clashes. It's like we're more interconnected than we were ever, any human part of human history ever. So it's like I don't even like to refer to I mean, countries are just tribes. We have our borders, but it's like we're past that. We're interconnected in so much more ways, and so many more aspects, in far beyond any individual's comprehension. It's like going past that, or looking at more at that. It's like it's the free world of us as individuals, of hardworking citizens, no matter where you live around the world, all versus the institutions, the corporate, the big tech, pharma, government, centralized banks. I'm all about decentralized. I mean, we talked about that with the CBDs.
I personally believe within this new world, there's no space for all this like liberty and freedom and love and peace and all that shit. Like, that shit is
It's
out.
warrior. We're
The
living.
the religion and all that, and like
That's gone
all
by
this
2100.
bullshit, like
That doesn't exist.
all this shit's garbage.
It's
just gone. It's just disintegrating. Everything that's transferring over, it's people don't understand it, and that's why they're getting scared. They've had all this time.
Another thing I would like to suggest is that, just like some of the issues when we discuss it, we can be uncomfortable or it can get us anxious, raise our anxiety. Another thing we can do is, if we can tap into some of more stronger bodies like the Black Lives Matter movement, because they're trying to introduce CBDC, and some of us may have analyzed it properly, because there is a way you can push back without rioting, and government will suspend some of the actions, because we can actually delay or derail some of their program, so that we won't. I saw some interviews. Some guys went on to some gas station, a television station, and we're interviewing people. How do you feel about the rise in gas prices? There's a little price to pay for the war in Ukraine. Are you okay with chipping in a little, paying a little bit more for? And people were saying, yes, I'm okay with pay. I'm not okay with that. Why would we be okay with that?
Well, that was our fault in the beginning, though, to even rely on them to supply us gas. They don't owe us shit. It's not a law. So hear me out. Hold on, let me drop in real quick. It's not a law that they provide you gas. It's not a government document law. It's not. No one owes us anything, right? So remember this: you are purchasing something from a entity that got it from a country that stole it from in one or purchased it from another country. They extracted it. They used manpower to fucking make this shit. And people are.
I can't hear anybody.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. So they used it to like it's not. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
I think it'd be good just for our souls, wherever you're at.
If I can add some point over here. If I'm audible, can I add some point over here?
I'm not sure if you are just coming in, but can you raise your hand to speak? Y'all are interrupting each other.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but at the end of the day, we can't.
I would suggest, just for our souls, wherever you're at, not necessarily a church. I'd get
Bill.
Yeah.
Forever was speaking. You interrupted him.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry.
I think his reception is he probably got bad service. The situation is this: is that we complain about shit when we're purchasing it from the people that we're talking shit about. Do you guys get that? We're talking about not having access to clean water and food, and you're purchasing it from the entities that are providing it for you. Any moment of time, there's the right to cut those resources off and leave them where they're at. I'm dropping the mic.
Princess, can I add some point over here? If I'm allowed to?
Yeah.
See, wars does not happen to conquer a country.
Oh, it's nothing but a bunch of pickles.
Pardon?
What's good, Khan?
I am from India. Even I understand was because I am from financial market. So the implications are biggest on the financial markets. They are related to bonds. They are related to commodities. If you had seen the prices of commodity in last 5 days,
It wasn't me. It was Fred.
Yeah, that was my fault. I'm sorry.
can I speak or not?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
That was an accident.
Just give me 5 minutes. I'll finish my topic. Nothing more than not more than even 3 minutes. Because we are Indians, we are greedy people. We know how to manage things. So, in a nutshell, wars is all about showing supremacy. US is trying to show their supremacy. NATO is a useless organization. UN is useless organization. They're just promoting Ukraine to do a war. They are just promoting do a war so that we can bring up our oil prices. See, the